I really want to talk about emotions and how that kind of stuff can really get you knocked off your block. Allow me to be Captain Obvious when it comes to all this stuff, but emotions can really set you up for failure, man. Like, truthfully, because everything begins with how you feel. It really does. And the thing is that emotions will motivate you to move or stand still. Now, it can be beneficial, you know what I'm saying, as fuel is to a car when it motivates you to move and be productive. But when it has you sitting up there repeating stuff to your mind that you can't change, it's like the worst thing in the world, man, because time waits for no man. I understand the world's still spinning, the world still operates. You standing still doesn't make anything better. In fact, it makes things worse. It's like an unpaid credit card bill. You know what I'm saying? It hangs over you like student loan debt. It just doesn't go away. It doesn't go away, man. Like, and it's one of the most damaging things that you can let control your life. And to a large degree, I've been led by my emotions for the longest. You know, um, it's led me to nothing but failure, to be perfectly honest. Always living to an illusion, a dream, something that I wish would be, but would never take shape, simply because I didn't, what I'm saying,
Hardcore team
put in the
deathmatch.
effort or work or
All units,
fortitude
mission area
to
designated a fuck 'em
achieve
up zone.
what I was after. And, I can really blame no one but myself. That's a hard pill to swallow, man. It really is. When you realize that you're the ultimate one to blame, you've been standing in your own way all this time. And I don't say this kind of stuff to beat up on myself. I'm trying to be real when it comes to what I feel and how I got to where I am. Because, beating up on yourself, you'll begin to feel depression. And it's not really something that you want to
Damn it,
make
lost the
common
lead.
practice, but somebody has to take the blame for what doesn't, pan out. And as a man, you're supposed to be, like, all responsibility falls with you if it can, because you're supposed to take control of your own life. So I do blame myself, man. You know, I think that, it's very taxing. But what do you do from here? Now that you blamed yourself, now that you decided, hey man, what I did led me to where I'm at. Where do you go from here? I think the best thing to do is probably to, dial out, reevaluate yourself, look at how you got to where you are, and see what stuff is available for you to change. It sounds typical. It sounds very what's the word I'm looking for? It sounds very what sort of platitudish? I'm not sure. Something that's overused but doesn't carry a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? But you have to develop some kind of a day after day formula. Like, one thing you can't do is not have a healthy practice when it comes to your life. Because even if you know what I'm saying, don't like, even if you're a little bit further today than you are yesterday, you still are somewhere.
Enemy care package dropping.
Like, you still are somewhere. Like, you're still doing better than what you were doing before, like yesterday. And I think that's really missed by a lot of people. Even if you take one step forward, even if it's a single step, you're still further ahead today or yesterday than you were the day before. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I was doing decent at the gym. Still doing decent at the gym. I kind of fell a little bit, but I kind of fell in a decent kind of way, meaning that I really didn't go back to eating unhealthy. I just ate a whole bunch of healthy food. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the funny thing when it comes to eating unhealthy. Like, I've basically stacked up the healthy food. Like, rather than eating like 2 pieces of whole wheat, I ate like 6 pieces of whole wheat bread. It's that type stuff with olive oil, butter spread across. Like, it's like toast. And you know, I think it's good to have a countermeasure, a safety plan, something that you can fall back on and be like, hey, well, at least I didn't fall all the way down. Because I'm trying to change up how I eat, and you know what I'm saying, the way and my health. Because I just wish I was better. Something I should have addressed a long time ago. But I think when you allow yourself no room for any kind of, you know, failure or no kind of cheat day or whatever, to where you can, you know what I'm saying, just sit back and be yourself and be happy. Like, you kind of set yourself up for failure with whatever you do. You know, you can't run forever. Sometimes you have to just lightly jog. Like, you have to recover. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. But, you know, that's all I want to say when it comes to this. I can talk some more when it comes to this kind of stuff, but for right now, I'm gonna just leave this video right here. Let me see. 1 second. I'm gonna try to get a kill first. Oh shoot.